about that before the game. Most teams have one pitcher. No, we're in the luxury of having two really good pitchers. So we know what we're going to do in the next game. It's just that, that championship game.
It's that championship, yeah, but
of course you got to get there. So
yeah, that's the main thing. But you're right, and it's not that Bradley couldn't win a championship game. I don't think, but he's not tested in a situation
It's just
like that.
to throw some of these young arms out there. It's kind of like all year as a team they've relied on Zach and Jordan, as the number one guys, and then that championship game. When you throw a new player out there, if a couple things don't go your way early, does the floodgates open up? Do you have a bad inning? You look up and you're down 5-0, and then offensively you might start panicking a little bit. Defensively, you might start panicking a little bit. So, like I said again, if you're Ridgeview, this is what you want. You kind of want to hang around and maybe you get to see one of these young arms.
And maybe not Ridgeview, even that. I mean, you're happy to hang around, of course, in any ball game. But Wise Central's got to be kind of happy too that we're having to struggle through a couple of innings here.
Well, they're definitely going to end up seeing.
Or Grayson.
Right. They're definitely going to end up seeing, our other arm. But if you're Ridgeview, if you can hang around 3, it's like I said, 3, 4, maybe even 5-0. If let's say they do pull Zach, if you can get a young arm in there, Ridgeview's going to be confident with that.
Medley will lead off the inning for the Cats as it's 3-0 Virginia High in the bottom of the 4th inning as this one bounces in for a ball 1-0. As the lights are on here at the ballpark, and it's an overcast day. We haven't seen any hint of sun this afternoon. We've actually been blessed this year. We've only had one rain delay in all of our broadcasts. That's a swing through strike 0-1 or 1-1 now.
But at this time of the year, you got to do your very best to get these games in, and
Sproles is at 71 pitches for Ridgeview.
And, for the rest of the week, like you said, it's going to rain. So, we got to do our best to get games in that when we can and get them in.
That one fouled back. 1-2 now the count. As Sproles comes set and fires, here's a 1-2 pitch. Down and away, ball 2. Medley is 0 for 1 on the day.
But, give Ridgeview credit. They're kind of like Lebanon the other night. They're kind of staying in it and they're fighting. They're not going away.
This one's hit hard off the bat of Bobby Medley into the left center field gap.
That might be a triple.
And it is down at the warning track. And Medley's turning for 3, and he's going to have 3 easily as the ball's just now into the cutoff. He could have turned harder at third. But Coach Daniels will hold him there, and it's a leadoff triple for Bobby Medley here in the 4th inning.
And he did exactly what I was talking about. That was a shot to the gap there, and he came out of the box there thinking at least 2, going for 3. That's exactly what you want to see.
The Cats are going to have to wait a second here as Coach Counts is out of the dugout, and looks like he's going to come out and speak to Sproles. We'll see if he's going to make a change. He gives him a knuckles there as soon as he gets out to the mound. We'll see. I don't know if they want to pull him yet. He's at 75 pitches. Medley at third base here in the 4th.
And he hasn't done a bad job. He's kind of be honest with you,
out of jams.
It could be 10-0 right now. We've had runners on. We haven't what we haven't done is what we've done in the last few games. We haven't got those key hits in those key situations with runners on.
Yeah, a little stranded 6 in the first 3 innings so far the Cats have. As Dixon will step in with Medley 90 feet away over at third. Cats 3, Ridgeview nothing. In the bottom of the 4th of the Region 2D quarterfinals. Winner of this one gets either Wise Central or Grayson County on Wednesday, weather permitting, at 5 o'clock here at Boyce Cox Field. That's a good thing for the Cats. You have the home field advantage all the way through if you can finish.
Right.
If you can win. As here's a 1-0, swinging strike, 1-1.
And you said that Wise
got canceled and moved to tomorrow.
Do you have a time?
Not at the moment. We don't have a time for that tomorrow, but I can look. 5 o'clock tomorrow is when they'll play, so we'll know about that one fairly early. And that one's through into left field. An RBI single for Jordan Dixon makes it 4-0 Cats. Take that one.
And this is the inning I always talk about the 4th inning here. It's when you kind of been through the lineup a few times and you kind of know what to expect from the pitcher. is this that big inning we're going to have? Next thing you know, it's going to be 10-0, and if we can get it to 10-0, top of the fifth, go and get 3 up, 3 down, that'll keep you under your 75 count there. So it'll work out for us.
Now Zach Griffith at the plate. The runner goes. Dixon slides in just underneath the tag as the ball gets out of the glove of Mullins, and a stolen base. 2 stolen bases for Dixon in the ball game. And
we had it. We're at the heart of our lineup, so we can easily put some runs on the board right now. Runner at second, nobody out. Zach's up, 1-0-1 count.
4-0. Cats leading. This one fouled off the face mask of Blankenship, the catcher. 0-2 to Griffith. Griffith 1 for 2 on the day, singled and popped out in foul territory to the catcher his last time up. So an 0-2 count as the umpire will let Blankenship get a breather. They're going to swipe off home plate. A decent crowd for a rainy day. Everybody brought out their umbrellas.
I think we got a pretty good crowd for Ridgeview, considering it's about
an
hour and a half drive with the rain, with the weather, and Memorial Day.
Some warming up still going on down in the bullpen for the Cats as Nolan Haas throwing. Here's the 0-2 right on the corner, but called a ball, 1-2. That was close.
He was a little bit high there, just a little bit high.
Justin Lewis on deck. Tyler Anderson in the hole for the Cats. As Griffith waits on the 1-2 delivery from Sproles. Swinging, strike 3. Good fastball there, blew it by. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Sproles, and with 1 out and a runner at second, in comes Justin Lewis, 1 for 2 on the day.
Number 15, Justin Lewis.
And he's the one that you want with runners in that scoring position there. That's who you want up.
Got speed at second base in Jordan Dixon, the left fielder for Virginia High. Pitch on the way, misses high. It was a fastball that got away from him, and it's 1-0. We're at 82 pitches now for Sproles, and you got to think at this point he's going to 110. Barring any, because once you get to that threshold, you're already past your. This one's hit into center field, a flared line drive, and rounding third, heading home is Dixon. The throw is cut off at second, and an RBI single for Justin Lewis. Jordan Dixon scores, and it's 5-0 Cats as they've scored 2 this inning on 3 hits.
It's another hit for Justin with the runner in scoring position.
He's keeping that trend going.
That's huge to have a bat in your lineup that with runners on that he's most likely going to get a hit there and score that run. That's huge to have a kid like that during the playoff time.
And it's so consistent. Over 50% of the time he comes through with runners in scoring position. Lewis on the way to second as the pitch missed low, slides in safely at the bag. And Justin Lewis, the first baseman, coming through with a stolen base.
How many stolen bases does he have on the season?
He was 5 for 6 on the year, 83%, now 6 for 7. Of course, that was at the end of the regular season. He's stolen a few since then. But counts 2-0 to Tyler Anderson, and the Cats get a runner into scoring position. 2 runs this inning. This one's hit hard towards center. Counts coming over in the left center field gap, and dancing under it makes the grab, and Lewis will have to hold it second. Looked promising off the bat, but right into left center field for the center fielder to grab as Nolan Haas will now come to the plate. He had to jog in from the bullpen to get ready to bat.
Now here's the question. Are you comfortable with the 5-0 lead now?
Yeah, that's where it's going to come because you got, 15 pitches or so to play with?
Got about 15, 16 to play with. So are you comfortable with the 5? You can let Zach come in and hopefully he can get 3 up, 3 down.
2 outs and Haas at the plate. Lewis at second, got a huge lead there as the pitch was taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Mouse on deck, Bradley in the hole. Your dream scenario here, Nolan comes through with a single before he comes in to pitch, if he does, in fact, come in to pitch. Here's the 0-1. This breaking pitch stays up and away, 1-1.
If you can get a hit there, I'm pretty sure that Coach Dane is going to send Justin on
2 outs. Hit. Yeah, you're going to
he's going with contact.
Conditions.
Yeah, he's going with contact, so.
2 runs this inning for Virginia High. This one's chopped towards third. O'Quinn fields, and it goes under his glove. Lewis is going to get to third. He'll have to hold there, but an error, E5. That's interesting because Haas has reached on an error by the third baseman both times, and the runners are on the corners with 2 outs for Jared Mouse.
And if you're Ridgeview, I mean, that's one thing you can't afford right now. I mean, even if you don't make the play at first there, if you feel that ball, that keeps Justin at second.
And you get an out, you end the inning most likely at least.
Well, that's even
or
if you
worst
didn't,
case
even
scenario,
if
you
you
knock
didn't
it
get
down.
if you didn't get the out at first, you keep him at second.
2 outs, and Jared Mouse will come to the plate. Good spot for him. Runners first and third. This one right down the middle, fastball, and it's 0-1.
So, I mean, that's if he can get a hit here and that run scores, that's demoralizing for Ridgeview.
3 errors in the ball game for the Wolfpack. Definitely not what you wanted in a elimination game. Grounded towards O'Quinn at third. He throw across. Good dig by Counts over at first to save a run. It goes 5-3 on the putout. The Cats get 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, 1 error, and leave 2 on base as we head into the top of the 5th. It is 5-0 Virginia High with the lead, and Zach Griffith coming back out on the mound. And like we said, the pitch count's going to be important for this half inning. We'll see how he goes through it. Again, 4th inning's our shout-out inning, and I've been bugged all afternoon by Mark Carr. And Mark, here's your shout-out buddy in Atlanta. Thank you for listening in. I believe he's been listening most of the time. So he's listening more right now than he probably ever listened to me through the headset while he was here. So, Mark, we hope you're living it up in Atlanta. You said it was pouring down, so you're just a rain maker, evidently. And I think it's raining everywhere. It's raining everywhere from Maryland to Florida. So.
Right. I have a question for him. Was he listening to when he was at the beach and
in
we
the
were playing him?
Semifinal? I don't know.
Listening?
Maybe he might not answer that message. That question has been posed to Mark many times when he left to go to Myrtle Beach. But Cats holding a 5-0 lead, and now Zach Griffith, 60 total pitches. So he's got 15 pitches. You're right on the money.
Well, do we have to keep? He can. So he can
can't
pitch
throw more than
75.
76. He can throw 75 right on the money.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he'll be able to pitch in the championship as long as we don't. You know, if we have a rain out or two, it doesn't matter. Like anything
Right.
we're talking about, but I always err on the side of caution.
Right, and I agree with you. I mean, of course, if you're that team that has to play us, and if you know that you can't pitch him, then if you're the team on third, you definitely want to get that game in on Thursday. If you know, like, well, if we wait another game, they're going to be able to pitch him. So if you're that other team, you're definitely going to try your best to get that game in on Thursday.
And if you're the Bearcats, you might want to leave the tarp.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, so weather, sports like baseball is one of those games that weather plays a big part sometimes.
So we've talked a little bit about this region. What do you expect out of this region? Who do you expect to see in the state? Talked about it a little bit, and I know that you've kind of made yourself familiar with that bracket a little bit. What do you expect to see in that final?
I think Battle has a good team. A lot of these teams, they have one really good pitcher. So it's kind of, if they can get past that first round, what are they going to do in that second game? But I mean, I would think Battle can get there. Lebanon has a stud pitcher. Tazewell has a really good pitcher. I think Tazewell struggled scoring runs though, and they were down earlier. But I expect to possibly see Battle again, and I mean that'll be huge. To kind of
be a big matchup here.
Kind of a revenge game.
Yeah,
somewhat.
Kind of like getting back over the hump, kind of like the girls' basketball team did against Gate City earlier this year. So Brady Counts leading it off for Ridgeview, fouls it off, and it's 0-1. So the countdown's on. Griffith down to 14 to get to 75 as this one's grounded towards third. Haas misplays it, and it kicks off of Bradley as he tried to fetch it on the rebound, and an error. That's the second of the ball game. We've seen this become a trend now. The Cats went errorless in the semifinal, but the last game they had 4 errors, I believe, maybe 3 errors in the championship. Now they've got 2 today, both of them by the third baseman, Haas, and a runner on at first in what otherwise would have been a 2-pitch out to start the inning.
And again, Nolan, he's a young player, and I mean, they're just playing the hot corner. I mean, you get a lot of chances over there to make plays, and I mean, he's made some really good plays, and he's missed some here lately.
Pitch on the way. This one misses low. 1-0, and I think we can also say that Zach has not been quite as sharp as we're used to seeing him at least here